Alright, so this afternoon, I just finished my lunch, and that's the flat I'm staying. It's a Parkville's apartment. Is on this road. So this morning I went to the other side downhill, and going downhill as well, but this one on the opposite direction. There's a Church of the Nazarene. That's where you went when I took the I think I'm gonna go up. So that's what I saw, and that's where I stay, the Parkville's apartment. And again, all right, so this is the afternoon walk. Now I'm walking the opposite side of the road. So this morning I went that direction, see those cars, but I go downhill. That's what I saw the mall, and I had my grocery. So this time I am going the opposite side, and this is what I saw yesterday. And I'm in the Parkville's apartment. It's down the road today. Down the road, it's a beautiful flat, and it's Korean owned, and the host is very hospitable together with the family. Right, so I believe yesterday I came from that direction, but this time I'm heading out to the Church of the Nazarene. And I remember yesterday this is where I went with Lucky, the driver, who took me to another mall to get my SIM card. Alright, so this is where I'm heading to. Okay, Church of the Nazarene. Well, no, actually not to the church, not Sunday. Mostly, by the way, mostly Christians here, Protestant. And go straight and to the right. That's where that's the main town. See a lot of shops there, the local people. So I can see the oldest mall here in Manzini, the Boomeroo Mall. That's where I was yesterday to get the SIM card. And there's Nando's, and there's KFC. So still competing chicken franchise, US KFC and British Nando's. There's still an old-fashioned phone, which I like. Back in the flat, it was a great walk today, and lo and behold, the sun really shines out today. It was warm but breezy. It's winter here in Eswatini. Winter is not like winter in the States or in Canada or wherever, really freezing. So it's not freezing. The temperature, it's about high 30s, which is pretty neat, and it is something that I love. Okay, it's totally opposite from the weather temperature in Doha, which was piping, baking 113, 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Like what I said, it was a great and awesome experience walking and seeing the daily lives of the local people. Went to the mall and I found out that there's lots of malls here, and I went to the oldest mall, the Pumu Mall, and that's where I went yesterday to get my SIM card. And you know, the SIM card here is very inexpensive. You don't pay to the nose. 1 gig is only $1 something something. So, but you gotta register your SIM, unlike in the Philippines, and then they get all your personal information, which is great, right, to prevent from being hacked. And I got a 1 gig, and you can tap it up in anywhere as long as you see there are concessionaires along the road. I still have data, and then I just asked a while ago, and then that is a spot. It's just right in front of the mall, and then you see the big umbrella that says "Stop up here, Mountain." So that's the name of the carrier here, SIM card. Like what I said, very inexpensive. $1.50 is 1 gig, and that's it. Right? Unlike in other places, you have to pay for the SIM card, and then you have to pay for your data. This one is though you pay through the nose. All right. So the first full day went very well, and it's all about the lives of the local people here in Manzini. Manzini is one of the 4 regions here in Swaziland, and it is the commercial, the transportation, and agricultural hub of the nation. It is in the central part of Eswatini, formerly the Kingdom of Swaziland. And if you're asking why did they change it, I read information about it, and I asked the driver yesterday, and the article I've encountered and person I've spoken with, the local people, ask the local and they know it. It's primarily the current king changed the name primarily or partially not to confuse it with the nation in Europe, Switzerland. Right, Swaziland, Switzerland, and more often than not, whenever I say I'm heading off to Swaziland, my colleagues say, what, Switzerland? No, it is not. It is Swaziland is a landlocked nation in the eastern part of Africa, bordered with South Africa as well as Mozambique. Mozambique is on the eastern side, and then on the western, northern, and the southern part is South Africa. So it's pretty close. It took only 45 minutes of small Embraer plane ride from Johannesburg. All right, it was a pretty neat flight yesterday, and the entry process is hassle-free. Just show your passport and they stamp it, and then you're good to go. All right, so the full day to tomorrow, I will be planning my itinerary, and in the next day or two, I plan to do safari or gaming here, and there is a nearby nature reserve where to see all the African wild animals. Okay, hopefully to see the big five. I've seen the big five in other African nations. In Namibia, the first time I saw it, Tanzania, didn't see in Kenya. Some of them I saw, and also in Zimbabwe. All right, so this time I would like to experience seeing them here in Eswatini, which is one of the smallest nations here in Africa, and the only absolute monarch here in the continent of Africa. Absolute monarch is different from constitutional monarch. Like what I said in my previous vlog. It's absolute monarch, meaning to say the king has a total power, can veto all the laws and regulations in all branches of the government. There's no such thing as a filtration, unlike in a constitutional monarchy like in Britain. So there is a prime minister aside from the king and the queen. All right, there is some sort of filtration. All right, there's only a few absolute monarchs in the entire world, and that includes, of course, Eswatini, Qatar. No, not Qatar, because I didn't see that on the list. Oman, Brunei Darussalam, which I've been, as well as Saudi Arabia. All right, we got Oman, Saudi Arabia, Brunei Darussalam, as well as Eswatini. So we have one is Asia, which is Brunei Darussalam, and two in Middle East, Saudi Arabia and Oman, and I believe UAE as well. Yeah, so I encountered some an article. I believe they are still, I may be wrong, I'll double check that, absolute monarch. And we have here, if in case, so 3 in the Middle East, and then 1 here in Africa, and that is Swaziland, now as Eswatini. Alright, so fascinating day, and highly recommend Swaziland. It's one of the small nations that less traveled, which I love. Right, once again, traveling is not arriving to a new destination. It is looking at the world in a different perspective. Keep the smile, and the world will smile at you. Cheers, be safe, bye, and God bless.